Kwenye kongamano lililoleta pamoja makundi hayo katika jumba la Boma jijini Nairobi kujadili masuala yaliyoibuka kwenye uchaguzi mkuu uliopita na mikakati inayofaa kuimarisha mchakato wa uchaguzi nchini, wamesema kujiuzulu kwa makamishona hao hakufai ila kurekebisha mianya na shida zilizoibuka.
It collapses. It is built up to some roof and then it collapses. As we speak now, the electoral pillars simply collapsed. Now the three commissioners, Chebukati, Gulie, Molu, are going home. Then we have the Cherera 4. Nyang'aya has resigned. Cherera has resigned. It is doubtful if Masit and Wanderi will stay on. And therefore, in fact, even the role of this Chelule committee is superfluous. The tribunal is not going to do any duty. I mean, the danger with deliberately making the electoral commission collapse is that it is going to also undermine confidence, even if we bring new people. And what will happen to the by-elections that are going to come? Because the commission is not the secretariat. The commission are the commissioners. So if, for example, the Cherera 4 resign, the three others are going...
the latest being the vice chair of the commission. But as civil society, we regret that this is happening because we thought that the assessment of what happened in 2007 elections was the last audit that we were going to witness in our country. Disbandment, reconstituting of the commission is not the answer to Kenya's elections problems because we've seen in the past that we've advanced in terms of our accumulated practice in terms of management and administration of the elections. There are by-elections that are coming, some on the 8th of December, others on the 5th of January 2023. You can imagine the absence of commissioners and the role that they play in the IEBC. So this is most likely to put the country into a constitutional crisis because the tenure of the three commissioners, including this,
were relatively good. This is the reason why you find that even the Supreme Court agreed that in spite of all the problems we had, the elections were free and fair. Now we want to ensure that what we do in 2027 is not only free and fair, but all the other facets of a good election are also observed. They are accountable, they are verifiable, we don't have issues coming up, and this can only be done if we start preparing now. I mean, you can see the commissioners are resigning, and possibly all of them are going to resign because they cannot face that tribunal. Because that tribunal is going to do much more than what Justice and Legal Affairs did, because this is the one that is going to try these people, and there will be lots and lots of evidence to be adduced. Instead of going through that cycle, then if the commissioners deem it fit, they can resign, then we move on to have a new commission, and the new commission will be in place in 20...
Kwa upande mwingine, baadhi ya viongozi hao wametofautiana vikali na sheria ya theluthi mbili bungeni, matamshi ya George Murugara ambaye ni mwenyekiti wa masuala ya haki na sheria katika bunge la kitaifa, kwa kusema kuwa sheria hiyo haitaweza kutekelezwa kwa sasa.
The 2/3 gender rule. We have been working on this for quite some time now, and it seems to be delaying too much because whenever we come up with an idea, it doesn't seem to work. What Parliament is against is a very bloated house. But as we are told by the civil societies, they are also working on a formula that may assist us get the 2/3 gender rule, especially in the National Assembly. And we are prepared as Justice and Legal Affairs Committee to look at what is brought to the House and whether it works for Kenyans. And if it does work for Kenyans, we will definitely agree with it.
Swala la usalama wa wananchi na maafisa wa polisi pia liliibuka, shirika la IMLU likitaka sheria iliyowekwa kutekelezwa siku zijazo kuzuia unyama unaotekelezwa na maafisa wa polisi.
Now, if the current parliament is looking at the achievement of 2/3 gender, gender rule or the parity as impossible, then of course it is speaking to their understanding of the Constitution in terms of saying that certain aspects of the Constitution cannot be implemented. What we expect from a member of parliament or a committee member last chair of the JILEC or the current parliament is to say that they look at the provisions of the constitution and the various proposals that have come before them to see what is achievable. For example, the achievement of the 2/3 gender rule will increase numbers in parliament, but it is for the better of the society in terms of bringing in more numbers. Then that should be considered.
Where we've had people being intimidated, most of monitors, and threatened in their work, but we know the police can do better. We call upon the National Police Service to consider and do better in their works, more so when dealing with human rights defenders. They are human beings first, and then of course there are legislations that we would want them to be fully effected in the respect of these people. When it comes to our elections reports, we were able to note that out of the incidents reports that we received out of 41 counties where we had deployed monitors, we reported 5 fatalities, and these fatalities are in no way attributed to the police, but I know looking at the future.
Ni swala ambalo linaendelea kuzua maswali mengi haswa kwa mashirika yasiyo ya kiserikali, huku wakijiuliza maswali kwamba je, Tume Huru ya Uchaguzi na Mipaka nchini iko na uwezo wa kusimamia uchaguzi mdogo ambao umepangwa mwezi huu? Nikiripotia habari za TV Magharibi kutoka jijini Nairobi, naitwa Dan Ndunde.